We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
So, if you saw me on camera, I've been in here having an extensive conversation with Shakim about all kinds of stuff pertaining to this information that we're taking in tonight. I'm not sure if it's something that is like bling, bling, bling when it hits you, or if you're like, wow, this is very interesting. But nonetheless, it's a good brain massage, and it's a great way to expand your perspective about who you are and how much power you have and what kind of contribution you can make to life just in general. And then what is so vast and powerful and big that we can tap into. I mean, think about it. There's something that birthed everything that is. There's something that everything that is came from. That's a huge source of intelligence. How do you communicate with that? You came from it. How do you communicate with that? That fascinates me. Okay. I had a few more audio clips, but it's already almost time for us to get out of here. So I'm thinking I might just decide to chop it up with you before we get out of here.
Chop it up, girl.
You feel me? I think you've gotten enough. There was one more video from Brian Tracy that I thought would be really, really cool. And we didn't get a chance to tap into Deepak Chopra. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. These shows are to help you kind of get a compass. You know, where are you going? And point you in a direction. And then you go and you explore for yourself this infinite knowledge that's out there. What interests you? You know what I mean? It's here for us to see about. And there's so much more to living than what you currently are experiencing. When I hear somebody say, I'm bored, I'm like, how? I really don't understand the concept of bored anymore. Because there is so much information out there. I really don't have enough time in the day to get all the information that I want to take in.
Right.
It's like bananas.
I'd be like, I don't even want to talk to you. You bored? Really?
I don't even know how that, like, honestly.
That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know. Yeah.
Like you just like, I don't want to do nothing but be in my own little brain and be on the surface part of that, of my brain, and just exist there. And there's nothing that interests me.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And then you're going to complain about life. And it's like, but what deposit are you making into life so that it can give you a return? Right. How are you bored with life? Life is so, like, there's so much in life for you to explore. Right. So if, you know, when I hear people complain and they say they're bored, and I'm like, okay, well, then you're not making any significant deposits. Don't expect anything in return then. Right? I don't hear you anymore on the mic, Shaki Waki.
I was like, right.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. It's like, how are you looking at the water? Half empty or half full? Mm-hmm. You know, and a lot of people look at it half empty because of their paradigm or what they're existing in today, based off all the programming that's going on, the negative programming that's going on that make them feel less than. But what happens when they change that paradigm and they feel more than?
How about it?
When they feel, you know, when they find that within self.
Yeah.
You know, that beauty, that light, that energy source.
Let me tell you something. I was just telling Shakim earlier this evening. I was like, dude, I'm on like a 10.
I can't get off of it.
And I can't pull myself back. My energy's off the charts. But it's because I have, even before the 100-day challenge that's coming up on September 22nd.
I love it.
I have already engaged myself. I'm 110 days, okay? I have already set the tone for me to give 100%. And I don't even know what that's going to look like by the end of this 100 days. But I know one thing. I know that I will be better for it. I know that I will have more information under my belt because of it. I know that I will have discovered or explored something more about myself because I'm willing. And I feel like I will have accomplished something, and I can't wait to share with you what that is.
Wow. You over there. You're very powerful right now. I can't even see you so radiant. I can't even see you.
Shakim.
I can't see you. I can't even
I wish y'all could see Shakim on the camera. He is so silly. Oh my gosh.
You're so radiant over there.
Dude.
That's beautiful.
But you know what I'm saying.
It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that energy. Really, I'm not being facetious at all. You know me.
Yes, I do. It's
I'm just silly, but this what makes this how it makes you feel.
yeah.
You feel like you're already high with not any other physical substance.
How about that?
It's a intangible, untangible thing that I'm feeling. That when you talk about these kind of things, that this creative mind energy source.
Yeah. And remember, what did you say to me earlier? You said it's like you're opening up new neurons and connectors.
Right.
When you start to tap into more of your potential. And this is something you could just, I mean, we are in the information age, you guys. All you have to do is have a willing heart and discipline enough to do the work. Once you dive into what you're interested in, and then dive into self-development stuff so that you can more wholeheartedly and successfully, do whatever it is that you choose to do with your life. Once you start to tap into this greater potential, you're right, Shakim. There is something that starts to awaken in you.
Yes.
There's a new percentage of you. You heard Earl Nightingale speak on it earlier. He said we're using 10% or less, much less, as he says, of the brain. So if that's the case, and we've heard this said by many thinkers, of our time, if that's the case, when you start to do the work to open yourself up to more of your potential, what would that feel like? Yes.
And once you kind of discover what
Yes.
it feels like for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
then you ask yourself, what is 10%? What is 100% of what?
Of what?
Of what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're bringing in some new energy. You're bringing in new connectors. This is
Yeah.
what you were saying earlier. And I'm like, yeah, maybe that's what it is.
No, it's exactly, things that go dormant, when you're a child from birth until maybe 5, 6 years old. You have so much connection and so much, a lot of connecting going on
Neurologically, yes.
Right. You know what I mean? I had gum in my mouth.
Uh-huh.
It was gum in my mouth. I'm telling you. Please. They say
Blame it
that.
on the gum.
Yeah. So nevertheless, and so then once you get acclimated in whatever system, those things stop firing. They go numb, right? Because you're not being educated. When you're a kid, you're looking at everything. You're learning, you're digesting everything that's around you.
Yes.
So that's why everything is popping, and you don't have any like for instance, you don't have anything that's holding you back or judging. You're not judging those things.
You're so innocent,
Right.
that you don't even know to be self-conscious.
Right.
You just know that you're creative.
Exactly.
You're open.
Exactly.
You're free. That's we don't understand the power of innocence until you get away from it. And you're like, dang, that's what they meant.
Right.
But that's okay, because I think that's all a part of the journey. But that's the thing they're talking about. When we get here, we're geniuses. When we get here, we come with so much potential,
Yes.
and we're not afraid to explore it until it gets socially conditioned out of us.
Yes.
Look at Lee.
Look at Liz. You're so
So
strong.
what we do as adults is we can take that power back. And now we're taking it back from a whole other space of life experience and growth. Now you can channel this energy consciously. Remember, we talked about the conscious mind. Now we can channel this energy consciously. Now we can make these choices consciously. We don't have to just feel like we're victims of our circumstances or victims of social conditioning. We can remember that we have the power to make new choices. And within these new choices comes this load.
It's a responsibility.
There's a responsibility to have it, and there's also this ever abundant joy attached to it if we allow ourselves to dive in completely.
Enjoy yourself when you do it.
Bring me to Jackson 5. I know that's who's coming up there.
Enjoy yourself, Cletus.
Enjoy yourself. Shout out to Coach Neil Young. I see you tuned in. You said if you train the CNS, the central nervous system, the right way, you can do anything.
Yeah.
There's a movie out there called What the Bleep Do We Know? And it kind of,
And down the rabbit hole.
And down the rabbit hole. And I don't know if I was going to say they scratched the surface, but I think they go in pretty decently.
The first one
into
it went deep.
Yeah. Okay. They talk about how, the same way that we, even drama, right? People don't even know they're addicted to drama.
Right.
But because you get these charges, whenever you go through it, and you get the anger and all the energy that comes with being in drama, there's connections that are happening that are charging you. And even though it's coming from a negative stimuli, it doesn't matter. You want that charge. And that's why people get addicted to drama.
Like cigarettes.
Yeah. So what you have to do is reprogram those neural connectors to get off on peace, to get off on harmony, to get off on joy. You feel me? And I can say that I definitely feel like so many others that have was addicted to drama. And then when I had to break the patterns in myself, I was like, oh my gosh, like it's difficult.
How did you even realize it though? You even had those patterns. Did you?
Because I wanted something different. I realized that was not serving me. And I needed to do something different in order to get different results.
Amen.
And so when I started to accept self-responsibility, and because that's where it starts. You gotta acknowledge it. Awareness is key. If somebody say they're not addicted to drama, you can't help them. But if they say, you know what, I've been paying attention to this, I know I've been getting a charge up. People, it's a thing that people say, but if I don't argue, there ain't no spark in the relationship. Come on, that's common.
That's drama. That's
a charge, and people associate, at least I'm getting some kind of charge from that. Not until you break those patterns in the moment. For example, right before you do what you would default reaction to, like you would naturally do this without even thinking. Before you do that, you stop and you think, I'm going to make a new choice. And a lot of times that's very difficult for people to do because you're so used to getting that charge and you don't want to lose that charge. But you have to reprogram yourself.
Right.
But when you do get on the other side, you're addicted to
all
the
this
good.
other, yeah.
It's amazing.
And I think, at the end of the day, like and at the beginning of the day, I tell people, when I talk to people on the shock factor, it's every Friday at 8:00, by the way, Pacific Standard Time. What I do,
that's right. You better say it. Friday.
Have a balance.
Yes.
Balance. When you have a balance, when the earth is balanced, it don't have to be all one way or all whatever way.
True.
If you're balanced in your, in your everyday, activities.
Yes.
And you try to keep this balance as much as you can in your life.
Yes.
You will have a more balanced diet, a more balanced choices.
Absolutely.
Decisions. And that's what it's about. You're not going to be 100 all the time going 100.
No.
But if you at least learn from what you think are mistakes, they're life lessons.
Yes.
So that you don't keep on bumping your head.
I said what you say.
Over to the white meat again and again. Help me. I can't do this no more.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of balance, I just finished writing my third mini book. It's Eating Healthier for Less. And one of the things, thank you.
Yeah.
One of my subtitle of the book, I'm trying to remember what that is, but it's basically talking about understanding our food and finding balance along the way. We want to make healthier choices because of so many things, and that's in the book. So definitely pick it up. But it's not about abandoning everything we love. It's not about, totally staying away from everything that we might feel is a little ratchet. You know what I mean? But it is about finding what that balance is for you so that you can lead a life that's productive and fulfilling and holistically successful. You feel me? I think that's at least my target. Doesn't have to. Shock. It doesn't have to be yours. We all desire something different. We're all wired differently. What I want for my life could be very different from what you want for your life. We've all been brought up culturally differently, socially conditioned differently. So all of those things I think should be considered. But I think there's a general feeling when it comes to success and what that feels like. You know what I mean? And that's the principles that we share in shows like this and the shock factor. What are those general things that people find success in, and how does that feel, and how do we get there? Yeah.
It's a beautiful day
in
Perspective Corners.
Yeah.
I'm on the corner right now doing some doo-wop.
Yes, you are.
And it's my perspective. I would like to say, what a wonderful show that you have. What so much, your energy. If you guys are out there listening, you have to, when you receive this energy, it's so powerful and it's so needed right now. This is the balance. You're bringing the balance right now to the world. And here in Perspective Corner, and LA Talk Live, we want to thank you for just doing that, because you touch my heart.
Shocking.
I I love you, man.
I love you. Oh my gosh.
I love you, man.
Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I hope you got a lot out of the show.
So awesome.
You can always, thank you, Shock. You can always go back to the Ustream feed right when the show is over. It's up. Pow. Pow. And then you can go visit me at Rhona Bennett on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. I just put up a Freedom Papers video where I'm on 100 talking about this stuff, but it's so much good information. Visit askro.com. There's a written breakdown of the things that I discussed in the Freedom Papers video, as well as a wealth of other information to help you take your living to the next level. That's spelled ASKRHO.com, baby. Check me out at RhonaBennett.com for shows coming up with In Vogue. We got some stuff coming up in October.
Yay!
Thank you. Get your copies of my 2 mini books that are already ready for sale. Find and pursue your passion even with a regular job. And got motivation? How to stay motivated. So many good things coming your way, folks. Stay tuned to Perspectives Corner every Thursday. It is always a pleasure to have you tuned in. Until next time. Thank you, Shakim.
We love you, Rose.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you. See you next week.